Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Corinne. I'm with OCE. I use she, her, hers pronouns. And today I'm sitting down with Keenan to talk about the experience of the executive board and what that really looks like. So I'll pass it over to you to introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. So my name is Keenan Kaemingk. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm currently majoring in anthropology, and I minored in political science, and I'm actually graduating this spring quarter. So my position on the executive board is the vice president for activities. So I decided to run after being involved in student activities here at Western Washington University. I was also involved when I was at Whatcom Community College. So last year I was the assistant director for AS Productions. I really enjoyed that, being a part of activities and doing events. And I was involved with clubs quite a bit when I was at Whatcom Community College as well. So I kind of decided to run because I wanted to get more leadership experience and work in a kind of a new area. As far as advice for someone that's running, I think it's important to get to know the other candidates. You might be working with them, and if not, it's still good to know people and get to know people who are currently in the position. So if you have questions, reach out to one of the board members. If you're specifically running for their position, maybe set up a one-on-one with them, get to know them, like what they do and kind of who they are. I think that's really important. I think it's also really important to be genuine while you're running. Don't try to be someone you're not, and don't make promises you can't keep. I think when you're running, you often want to be your best self, and I think that's really important. But I would say keep true to yourself. Don't talk about things that you're not actually passionate about or things that you're not going to actually do, because eyes will be on you, and you want to stick true to what you believe in. And also try to engage with current students. Students will be voting for you and kind of are involved with everything. So make posts on social media, ask students questions, show students why you're running. So I think being on the executive board offers a lot of good opportunities and experiences. I think it allows for a lot of independent growth and leadership development. So while you are kind of part of a team, obviously with other board members, a lot of it is kind of within your own lane. You do your own stuff, as each board member has different duties. So it allows you to really kind of hone in on what you're doing, and really allows you to kind of do things on your own, which as a part of a team, often you're really supported, and it's not that you're not supported in this position, but you have more room to kind of take the lead on things in a way. So you also perform a lot of administrative type duties. So this helped me become more organized with the work that I did and kind of the time I had. So I structured my days a bit more. And then I would also say this work also pushes you to do things outside your own interests and passions in a way, because you're doing this for the students. You have the students in mind when you're doing this stuff. So you're not doing this for yourself. So you have to look at the constituents, and which would be the students. And if they have certain passions and come to you and say, hey, I really want to get this done, then you put that forward and you start working on that. So yeah. So I think in that way, you have to constantly think about the projects that you're working on and how that's impacting everyone. So it becomes more than I'm thinking about myself with this. This is why I want to do this for my own personal growth. It's about everyone else. I also learned how much I can impact, a group and people as an individual. And that's kind of made me step back and think about like individual actions and doing my own research before I like speak, and really thinking before I talk, because when you're in a position of power like this, you have to be important. You have to think about the things that you want to say, and each thing that you say can be important. And then some of my goals moving into this position, um, I think going into this year, I wanted to be really successful with everything that I wanted to do. I also knew that this year likely wasn't going to be in person, so I was really centered about like rethinking committees, restructuring things, working on legacy items for the next year. I set out hoping to create a student union board to better support the club hub and connect AS offices, and a lot of other goals. I think it's really important to have goals that are high but also achievable, so you're working towards something. Don't just give yourself goals that are easy to achieve, or you just go past each one. It doesn't feel like you're doing really meaningful stuff. I think I accomplished a lot this year, but due to the pandemic, it's hard to actually see all of them in action. So sadly, while I'm leaving a lot of information and legacy items behind, I won't see them come to fruition this year. So I'm hoping whoever takes over this role can really continue the work that I started. So I think a lot of the work that I did this year is more about setting up this next year for them to be really successful. Yeah, I really encourage all students who are interested in this position to apply. So as you probably know, this is a paid leadership position for 4 quarters, and you work an average of 19 hours per week. So keep that in mind, knowing that you'll probably be working as a full-time student. So a little bit about this position. So this position serves as the chair of the Activities Council and votes on club grants, loans, supports the formation of new clubs, and works to support clubs throughout the year. So you'll also support AS program offices, represent all Western students in legislative work, and collaborate with other executive board members. But more than that, you also have the ability to pursue topics that you're passionate about and facilitate important and positive change on campus. What I mean by this is that transcends just the daily work that's included, the committees that you're part of. You can also do things that you're passionate about and work on those, like I have done this year. So I think those interested in developing leadership skills and working with the team should definitely consider running in these upcoming elections. So